Hey everyone, welcome to a devotion video again. This is Chris. Thanks for joining me for this time together. And we're in the season of Advent, and Christmas is approaching rapidly. And something we've been exploring as a church has been, what are some of the faith traditions that are part of your family or loved one's history? And maybe you don't have any because you're a new Christian and you're just exploring your faith for the first time. But maybe you're someone who's grown up in the church or has a family that you've raised in the church, and you've got some great traditions. For me, I didn't grow up really with any faith traditions because I didn't start coming to church until I was a teenager. But our family always revolved around food. We're mostly Italian heritage, and so our faith traditions were really more like family traditions around a family sauce, an Italian sauce, a tomato sauce. And then we would make different foods, but everyone would gather around that space in like a holy meal, if you will, sharing food together, which I think is actually a really wonderful faith tradition. Jesus shared a lot of food with people in his ministry. But there was not like a way of practicing faith, like in an intentional way. That was part of my growing up in my family. So now that we have a family of our own, Carly, my wife, and I, and our two kids, we try to think of different ways that we can engage the Christmas story with our own family traditions. And it's actually a time of playfulness. And here's what that looks like. It's a time of pretending. So we have, I'm going to grab this down here, one of the Fisher-Price nativity sets. And oh, Mary's backwards because we've been playing with it. But you can see here that it has Joseph, and it's got Mary, and it's got a baby Jesus, and it even has an angel here. And it's just toys, but it's toys that you really can't hurt. And the kids really love this. We have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they've had it since, gosh, they were itty bitty. And they can bang on it, they can chew on it. If you push the top, it plays a really, a terrible song now because the battery's dying, but it's Away in a Manger. And we can pretend to live out, or pretend to be one of the characters of the nativity story. And so someone will sometimes be Joseph and someone will be Mary, and we'll ask them questions like, what do they do together? What would they say together? What does the baby sound like? And it's an opportunity for our family to be playful and to sort of engage the story with some godly play. And it's been a really amazing opportunity to enter into the story because we can read things like Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, and they would act it out. And it says this, for to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And as we read it, what would that look like as that passage is being read? How would the people respond? There's shepherds, there's other animals. How do they interact together? And it allows our family to enter into the story in a different way with that faith tradition, a tactile way of stepping into the Christmas story. What traditions do you have? Would love to hear about that, and would share that together. Drop down in the comments or send me an email, chris@lopc.org. Hope you have a great day and a very Merry Christmas. See you soon.